2 weeks ago, I made a video about the fastest way to tower in Minecraft, and that video did better than I expected. Like, a lot better than I would have ever dreamt. At the end, I challenged you guys to come up with faster methods. And oh boy, did I get a lot of great ideas from you guys. So in this video, I will try the methods you guys suggested, and I will also try to improve them if needed. But before we get into this video, let me give you guys a quick recap. The fastest method to tower for survival was the piston slime strat, with a speed of 9.2 blocks per second. Or
right.
Creative, the end crystal method was the fastest, with 11.3
Look, he's exploding himself up and spamming blocks.
blocks per second.
Yep.
Do you think we can improve these times any further?
And you can do that in crystal one, you can do that in survival.
Spoiler alert. We do. But first, let's settle one thing. Because I got a lot of comments saying I should use ender pearls. From the first video, I had excluded all the ender pearl methods, like throwing an ender pearl and bone mealing a jungle tree, for example, because this didn't fit into my definition of towering. I didn't clearly define what towering meant, so I'm gonna give it a more strict definition. Towering is moving upwards while you're placing blocks underneath yourself.
Really, bro?
And with the end pearl method,
You know what the best way to tower? Fly up in the sky with an elytra. Easy.
you don't place blocks underneath yourself. But if you consider an ender pearl towering, the fastest method is to throw an ender pearl and place scaffolding. I do have to mention that this method is wildly inconsistent, because ender pearls have a randomized spread when
What? Pearls have a randomized spread since when?
thrown, so it's really hard to hit the block you're aiming for. But
I never knew that!
anyways, let's get back to the main goal. Towering up 20 blocks in the fastest way possible. Preferably in a repeatable method, where I start counting when the first action is performed. For example, this means the moment I start breaking a block.
Yo, y'all are acting like you knew that. You guys knew pearls like through like kind of like randomly? Y'all never knew that.
Or charging a trident. With that boring stuff out of the way, let's get to the fun stuff. Towering up. Let's first look at the optimizations for my own methods you guys suggested. I just couldn't get the end crystal strat to work in survival. That was also partially
Bro, he needs Turtle Master and he's trash at toteming.
due to mechanical incompetence. But you guys gave me some really helpful tips, because I was struggling with hotkeying in low tick speed, because it has a massive delay. But someone in the comments said that I should scroll instead of hotkey, because this ignores tick speed. And this works.
I found Marlowe's meta.
But someone in the comments said that I should scroll instead of hotkey.
Wait, what? Let me show you guys something. Part of my problem in Crystal PvP is that I'm too fast. And y'all might think that that's cap, but I promise you it's not. That actually is my problem. I'm too fast and the game limits how fast I can break stuff. Like, look. Or how fast I can switch between my items, look. Like, 1, 2, 3. See these 3 items? If I switch to my totem too fast, it'll skip the glowstone. Like, see, it's like, boom. If I press all the binds at the same time, it's skipping them. But I never knew you could scroll wheel, and it doesn't, the ticks don't matter when you scroll wheel. Oh my gosh. Wait, so somebody could anchor just like in 1 tick. If they wanted to, right? Is that true? That's basic info? No, it is not, bro. It is not basic info that scrolling ignores ticks. Are you stupid? I need to think about this off stream. I have a feeling Marlo already knew this. There's no way she doesn't know this already.
Press your anchor keybind, then scroll to glowstone, then to totem. Only thing is you would have to have the items next to each other for minimal delay.
Can you shut your dumb bubblegum looking self up, bro? You think I can scroll and butterfly click right click? Like, no, bro, that's not happening, dude.
Because this ignores tick speed. And this worked way better than going into my inventory like I did in the previous one. With this optimization, I slightly improved my survival time. With
How do you not know that scroll wheel is the meta? Yo, can you shut up, bro?
a new time of 2.33 seconds, which means 8.53 blocks per second. This is still slower than the piston slime method though. I think the 1 block less reach in survival just makes it a lot harder to get a better time with this method. Also, to the people who said, just use blast protection. There's one problem. Blast protection reduces your knockback, so it basically kills every method
Yeah, bro, don't even listen to those people, bro. You're chilling.
with explosions. And besides, if you're using crystals to pillar, you
Turtle Master, bro. Hello.
You have to use a totem at some point, regardless of your armor. So I think it's important
Not if you have Turtle Master. Hello.
to show the totems in the concept. Peppa also commented that I could have just played on peaceful, so the explosions don't do damage, so I don't have to use totems. But I think it's more fun when a method is also possible when it's not on peaceful though. I still tried it, and this method didn't give me a better time than with totems. I got 2.38 seconds, basically the same as with totems.
And E-gaps, yes.
But let's go to the optimizations of the piston slime method. I saw this comment that said wind charge
Swipe.
on slimes gives you more momentum. This launches you higher than with a regular block, but if you already have momentum and use a wind charge, it increases the momentum even more. And with what strat
How
do
does Swipe know
you
that?
already have momentum? The piston slime method. So what I tried to do was as soon as the piston gets activated, I throw a wind charge on the slime block. With this method, I got launched into the air.
Oh!
Top speed of this launch is 30 blocks per second. This means that the only way to perform this would be with scaffolding, because you can only place one block per tick, and Minecraft runs on 20 ticks, but scaffolding is pretty much the only usable block that ignores this rule. Forget the end crystal method. That isn't even competitive anymore. This strategy beats all the previous methods by a landslide. You clear a 20 block tower in 1.13 seconds, meaning 17.70 blocks per second. But you guys didn't only give me optimizations for my own methods, you also came with new creative methods. Let's look at a couple of them to see if they beat this ridiculous piston
1,000 TNT minecarts. You don't even... Yo, buddy. Buddy. This guy is clueless, bro. I just figured out the best method. A bunch of wind charges. Easy.
slime wind charge strat. These names keep getting longer. First off, I got multiple
You know what? I'm trying this myself. Here we go. I don't care. This guy's dumb. No, he's not dumb. This is actually an insane video. Like, we need more people making actual, like, good videos like that. Dispenser. Wait, actually, no. They all gotta go in the same spot. Okay. Now, if I get my blocks and go in survival, this should be easy. So easy, bro. Oh wait, this doesn't count because you have to. Oh, you have to build all this like ASAP. Oh shoot. Just wait. Okay, whatever. This guy's too smart. I don't know how to do what he does.
comments about TNT minecarts, which is understandable because they can create a ridiculous amount of momentum. But the problem is the setup. When you activate them, you have to wait 4 seconds before they even explode. I tried this with 5 TNT minecarts, and the maximum speed you reach is 85.71 blocks per second. But the time is awful because you have to wait 4 seconds before the TNT even explodes. Or you can let them drive into each other, but that causes the minecarts to not explode at the same time. And therefore, they break the scaffolding you're placing, and you can't use normal blocks, because you simply go too fast. You could end the tower with a blast-resistant block, but the scaffolding underneath would break, and you would be left with a single floating block. And
That's fire!
I don't think this counts as a tower. I also saw a lot of comments about wind charge dispensers, and
This would take too long to build. That's what he's gonna say.
this method has the exact same problem. You need to build a whole contraption to even launch yourself. And again, the launch itself is incredibly fast, with 75 blocks per second. It's just not doable if you start with nothing. So both of these ideas are not usable.
Okay. Let's think then. I thought of it. Get like 50 people at once to throw a wind charge at your foot.
But I also saw multiple comments about using Windburst 3 on the maze, and this method actually had potential, because it didn't need a massive setup. The only thing you need to do is hit an entity while falling down from at least 2 blocks. I started off with Jump Boost 2 and placing an armor stand and hitting it with the maze. This got me a time of 1.38 seconds, which means 14.49 blocks per second. This is actually really close to the piston slime wind charge method, but you lose a lot of time while jumping. How I optimized it was instead of jumping, I would dig 2 blocks down, place the armor stand, and then hit it with the mace.
This guy's
way
goated.
you skip the jump and immediately fall down. With this method, I got 20 blocks in 1.28 seconds. That is 15.63 blocks per second. This one is so close to the piston slime wind charge method, but I couldn't think of a faster way to do this, so I had to let this method go, although it was really fun to do. Like, look at the armor stand just fly away with you. Plus, it's easily repeatable and only uses 4 items. But sometimes you gotta kill your darlings to go further. So is this really it? Is the piston slime wind charge method the fastest? Is he gonna do that hell no stuff and call himself an idiot again? Hell no! I'm an idiot. I'm not gonna be defeated by a simple optimization of my own method. To beat the piston slime wind charge method, I had one more option. The trident method, which I briefly mentioned last video. There was a comment that gave me a way to actually
Yo, if he can just use the trident method, then he may as well just use the elytra method, bro.
perform the trident.
Should I try the elytra method? Okay, if he doesn't do the elytra method, I'm doing the elytra method.
Fun fact, this comment also mentioned the piston slime wind charge and the wind burst 3 method, which I had already thought out. I guess this guy's just a genius. But the idea he gave me was dashing into a slime block with Riptide 3 while it was raining. This launches you insanely fast with a top speed of 57.40 blocks per second. To perform this, you have to instantly...
Yo, chat, y'all are 7 years old if you're spamming muted. Please shut up and just watch the video. You guys are wasting your energy by typing muted.
Find a block under you and place a slime there. Then you charge the trident and launch yourself and place scaffolding underneath yourself. The setup cost quite a lot of time, so the time I got was 1.11 seconds, which means 18.01 blocks per second. So this method beats the piston slime wind charge method.
Shoot.
And this strat is also easily repeatable, because all you need is to place the slime and dash again. But we're only getting started with this method. Again, the setup is inefficient. Instead of standing still while charging the trident, it's also possible to jump while you're charging. This way, you have a tiny bit more momentum, and this makes the time slightly
Game Watch, thank you for the membership, bro.
faster. It
Don't call people dum-dums, by the way. The candy is awesome, though. Thank you, bro.
clears 20 blocks in 1.09 seconds, which means 18.34 blocks per second. And to be honest, I really thought this was the maximum I was gonna get, but I wanted to try the original trident method again.
Yes,
with
why does he not do this?
rain instead of water, so it takes less time to set up. But I just couldn't place blocks underneath myself fast enough
He has to scroll wheel, bro.
without dashing into the ground. But I found a solution. And I'm gonna be real, the solution to this problem is really easy. Like, really easy. The only thing I had to do was place
Oh, offhand.
one block before charging my trident. With this simple adjustment, this method was possible. And the time I got with this method is a special one, because this is the first sub-second tower with 0.95 seconds. This means 21.05 blocks per second. So, is this the fastest method? Well, probably not. People will always find faster methods. And that's great. That's what makes this fun. But for now, this is the fastest I could find. And looking back, we've improved the time by a lot. Last video, we ended on a fastest time in survival of 2.17 seconds. And now we're under a second with 0.
Okay, is elytra even faster than a trident, though? Like, I low-key feel like tridents are fast.
95 seconds. This means I'm placing more than one block per tick, which I thought was impossible at the start of this entire process. If you're looking to improve this time, I think TAS is the best option. The only thing I've done is lowering the tick speed, but if you have more precise inputs, who knows how fast we can go. But at the end of the day, all these methods are still kind of useless, because they are nearly impossible to perform on normal tick speed. I'm just trying to expand the limits of Minecraft. I hope to someday see some of this stuff be used in a speedrun, or maybe
No one's using that in a speedrun, bro.
maybe DeQuavis uses it in one of his shorts. Who knows? I'm just really happy.
Yo, I made DeQuavis, by the way, if y'all don't know. Do y'all even know that? Like, everyone's talking about DeQuavis nowadays. Guess what? I made him. He used to make videos about me, guys. That means I made him. Can I get some praise for that? You helped him, not made him. Okay. Well, not true, bro. I fully made him, bro. Yeah, I fully made him. Anything he did, all because of me, bro. Any credit goes straight to me. I made him.
That this has reached so many people and inspired so many people to think of crazy ideas. I want to thank you all for the recent supportive comments on my last video. I didn't think the last video would blow up.
Anyways, this video is fire. Yeah, that's it. He's not gonna say there's another method. Everybody subscribe to this guy and drop this video a like if you want.